What's up, YouTube? Listen, I just went live on stream and I wasn't even planning on talking about this today, but right before I went live, I got a very interesting tweet from someone, and this person is going through it right now. If you've played Street Fighter or you played any kind of fighting game, you know how frustrating it can be at times, especially when you feel like your opponents aren't really playing the same game as you. We've all been there. It's tough. You're playing ranked and you're like, this guy's just mashing. He's not thinking at all. Yet at the same time, you're the one losing. And that's what hurts the most. You're losing to someone you think isn't thinking. It's tough, but it's real. So I got this tweet. I'm just going to focus on the content of the tweet, not who it came from. Because, I get it. He's just venting frustration. He or she may, change their mind or be less emotional about the situation later on. So it's not about who tweeted out, because it's a very relatable thing. They said, literally just want to get to the part where you actually think about what you're doing instead of, wow, Shoryuken, such cool move. Let me use it out of effing nowhere. I just want to get to the part where it's footsies and mind games. Brian F., I don't know how you do it. F, low rank gameplay. Well, that said, I don't really deal with low rank gameplay anymore, but I feel the same way when I play against a bunch of diamond players, not gonna lie. If you've watched my stream long enough, there's some opponents I go up against and I'm just like, I don't know what you're thinking. I have no idea what you're thinking, but I have a strategy for those kind of players. It's not the funnest sometimes, but I have strategies to deal with those players, and usually I still beat them, right? I still win. Maybe it's not enjoyable, but you win. So the thing about lower rank gameplay is you're not always going up against people who are conscious or in full control of what they're doing. Now, listen, I have Why You're Stuck in Bronze as a video out. You should definitely watch that video. I detailed strategies on how to deal with lower rank gameplay in the Bronze League of Street Fighter V, which mostly revolves around letting people make mistakes and punishing them for it, not over engaging, because people at lower rank tend to just try to do moves. They're not even in control of what they're doing. You got to remember that when you're new to a fighting game, or you're like a lower rank, less experienced player in a fighting game, when you're piloting a character, it's like inhabiting a new body for the first time, like piloting a Gundam, right? You might not be good at it at first, but in some ways, the person piloting the Gundam with less control and dexterity of that machine is more dangerous in some ways, because they're completely unpredictable. They don't even know what they're going to do next, so how could you possibly know what they're going to do next? When you're playing against that kind of opponent, when it's at that level, you need to stop trying to condition players, stop trying to condition their next move, stop trying to force them to think a certain way and misdirect them and play a traditional mind game footsie style, because it's not going to work, because that's not where they are right now. That's not the opponent. The opponent is at a mechanical level trying to do things, and you have to deal with it. When I play against players like that who are rotating through offensive strings and doing moves at random, I just rely on my mechanical knowledge of the game to be superior to win. I sit back, relax, let them do what they're going to do, and then I punish them as hard as possible when they leave an opening. If someone is spamming Shoryuken on you, all you need to do is know how to punish them super hard when you block the Shoryuken. If you hold down back and they whiff a random DP, you punish it and you're going to do like 50% damage, right? Mechanically. Block, DP, punish. It's not a mind game. You just know that when this situation happens, you understand the inputs to do. Remember, when you fight against these kind of opponents, you got to envision it's this kind of a match going on. Your eyes closed and you're just swinging. Don't worry about the mind game. There's definitely a weird dip when you're learning fighting games where you start to try to make conscious decisions. Like you open your eyes for the first time and you're not just blindly flailing, and you're trying to consciously think about what you're doing and make conscious decisions about when you do certain moves. And you're going to start losing when you start doing that at first. You're going to lose to people who have their eyes closed flailing. It's okay. It's going to happen. It'll take time to get comfortable consciously beating people, but if people are repeating offensive sequences on you, spamming moves, I'm going to do air quotes here because, if they're spamming moves, there's a way for you to counter it and you're spamming a mistake. If people are doing that, slow down, let them flail. If you understand the matchup at a mechanical level, oftentimes these moves either are negative, which means you can take your turn back after and do a block string after to get offensive pressure, or they're punishable and you need to know the punish. And when you punish them, you need to do more damage than they're doing to you at random. So to beat these kind of players, that seem very frustrating and really random to play against, just beat them mechanically. Don't even try to go for mix-ups or mind games or apply pressure. Just sit back, relax, let them do something at random, and then punish them on the way in. That's the best way to go about it. Now that will take time to up your punish game and to, optimize your combos, optimize your anti-airs, things of that nature. You might still take some L's along the way, but eventually you'll develop a skill set which will let you consistently beat players who are just pressing buttons at random. So yeah, it can be super frustrating. I understand it. It's tough. It still happens to me when I'm playing ranked to this day, because let me let you in on a secret, right? It never goes away. At no level of fighting games do you not encounter opponents who are just flowcharting. It will never end. There's going to be, like, the better you get, the worse this phenomena occurs. You're just going to be playing more and more people who you start to see, wait, they're not thinking. It's going to get worse. Everyone flowcharts to a certain degree. The better you get, the more you realize more people are flowcharting. You just got to get better mechanically, and you can start beating them. The point of fighting games, I feel like, is to find the right match. Just like in life, you're trying to find the right match. You're trying to find the right opponent who, you guys click. You can tell that you're playing each other on a deeper level. You really want to find that. It'll take time. You can find that at lower ranks too. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. There's definitely players out there who aren't high ranked and are really, thinking about what they're doing. It's not exclusive to high level opponents, but there's high level opponents who flowchart, and there's low level opponents who are very conscious about their decision making. But no matter what, you're frustrated against these kind of opponents. Up your punish game, up your combo game. Don't try to rush in. Don't try to make the first move. Let them get themselves killed, put themselves in a bad situation, and punish appropriately. It's all you got to do. As far as being frustrated, we've all been there. I totally get it. If anyone in the comments says, oh, I've never been that frustrated to be that salty, you're lying, or you haven't been playing long enough. That's all I have to say. So look, that's all I had for this video. Kind of a short one. I just wanted to, talk about this topic a little bit because I really relate to it, and I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. If you had a situation like this where you've been frustrated playing against an opponent because it feels like they're not thinking and you've been struggling to deal with it, let us know in the comments. Let me know how you overcame that situation. What did you piece together to start beating that player who wasn't thinking? And let's hear it in the comments below. That's all for this video then. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.